Okay, I have talked about this in SapphPod episode 1, the one about trends and aesthetic cycles and trend cycles and all that stuff. But I think I want to talk about this more in detail. Hey everyone, Marina Saph here, back with episode 4 of SapphPod, the podcast playlist I made. So literally last week, as I was uploading my other video, I really realized and learned that you can make podcast playlists on YouTube. How cool is that? I did not know that. And I'm like, what was this a new thing? Anyway, so I already added SapphPod episode 1, 2, and 3 onto that playlist, so go check those out if you haven't. And yeah, I'll get on with talking about the romanticization of 2014. So, 2014. What happened in 2014? Well, in my personal life, I can name a couple of things. My dad got cancer. My dad passed away. I graduated elementary school. I moved to a private school that was really tiny. There were only 5 girls in the 7th grade class and 0 boys. That's another story for another day. Oh yeah, and Taylor released an original 1989. And it's so weird to see teens talk about 2014 today. And I'm like, I was 12. My brother was 21 and he was like younger than me. And I'm literally 22. And it feels so weird to see this happening, you know? I sort of get why people are romanticizing 2014. Like, I turned 13 in December of that year. And the thing I really, really wanted was Pokemon Alpha Sapphire for the 3DS. And it was at the top of my wish list, okay? And I really, really wanted it. And then I got it, and it was so fun. I was able to, like, beat the game in, like, 6 months. But enough about that. Anyway, so I kind of get why people romanticize it, because they want to go back to a simpler time in their lives before Corona ruined everything, including my senior year. But we don't talk about that right now. But it's so weird to see this happening, because relatively, 2014 wasn't that long ago. I mean, for me, I remember a good chunk of 2014 because that was a big year in my life. But it was like, it feels so long ago because that was like 10 years ago. But I don't know. It's just the passage of time can be a really weird thing. Okay, I'm going to add a content warning from here on out because I'm going to be talking about pedophilia, grooming, EDs, SH, unaliving. So I'll see you in another video if you don't want to watch this section, okay? Bye! You still with me? Still watching the video? I guess you're just gonna go along with me and talk about the romanticization of 2014 Tumblr because that had to come up. That giant era was like a whole slew of chaos from pedophilia, toxic relationships, EDs, I could go on. And I wasn't on Tumblr back then, but I do have a story for you. So I'm in college at art school, so at my photography final, this was like fall 2022, I had to present a photo series, and I did a photo series about how beauty standards are related to social media, like how those two can be in conversation with each other. And this one girl, I remember this one girl in my class, she was like talking about how she had a Tumblr in 2015 and how really, really messed up it made her head. And I don't remember exactly what she said, but I think if I think back to that time, like right now, I think she didn't look back on that very fondly. While researching for this video, I also came across a blog post by Rebecca Block on the website adolescent.net. And she talked about how she listened to artists like Lana Del Rey, how it made her feel powerful and free. And when she looks back on that time, she realizes that the songs she was listening to by those artists were like about drugs, old money, being with older men. And at the time, Rebecca was 13. And she does think that she should not have been listening to that stuff at that age. There's also songs like Lolita by Lana Del Rey that glorify falling in love with older men and sugar daddies. And the title of the song comes from a 1955 novel written by Vladimir Nabokov about a French literature professor who falls in love with a 12-year-old girl whom he gives the pet name Lolita. The song made Rebecca and many other girls her age think that a 13-year-old being with an older man was cool. That's grooming. So in the article, Rebecca talks about a 19-year-old user named Marani. Sorry if I butchered that name. She had a friend that was talking to older guys on the site. This friend, who was 13 at the time, she was like talking to guys on Kik, which is a messaging app known for attracting PDF files. And this idea of dating an older man at 13, it's being seen as cool. And I don't think that's a good thing to promote because grooming and all that good stuff. I'm like, and these guys are like going after young girls, and I'm like, can they like not date a woman their age? That's gross. And also power imbalance, like age difference, like ugh. Artists who blew up on Tumblr during this time, like Melanie Martinez, they really pushed this idea of being innocent, like yet sexual, like a Lolita type of thing. And the young girls seeing this stuff at the time, thinking it's okay, but actually it's sexualization of girlhood. That's pretty much part of why I'm worried that the younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha are growing up too fast. But that's a tangent for another day. Tumblr romanticized an unhealthy lifestyle with stuff like depression and unaliving. And in the article, Rebecca also talked about a 21-year-old college student named Ashley who noted that friends of friends were posting their unaliving notes. Like, what? Is this part of a trend? I don't know. I kind of want to know, but I also don't. But Ashley goes on to talk about how her friend posted her unaliving note on Tumblr, and it scared the crap out of her, so much so that she went to her house, panicking like hell, while someone was calling the ambulance to her place. Like, what is happening here? Oh, granted, not all of Tumblr is bad. There's like people that found community there, but I don't think Tumblr is as prominent as it was back in 2014. And then this is why part of why people have to remember that past eras, as nostalgic as they may seem, they aren't 100% perfect and utopian, because there are bad things about living through them. As I say, vintage fashion, not vintage values. Okay, thank you so much for going on this little tangent rant thing about Tumblr and 2014. And yeah, I'm so glad you came to watch my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment if you have anything else to say, and I'll see you around.